Joining me is National Senate Leader Bridget McKenzie. Bridget, great to see you. Now, this is the worst. This is the worst thing Albanese could have hoped for. These comments from Penny Wong. I mean, the Voice was resoundingly defeated. Do you think she really wants to have another Voice referendum?
Well, Sharri, 60% of Australia voted no to the Voice referendum in 2023. They sent a very clear message. They wanted practical action on the issues for Indigenous and Torres Strait Islands, particularly those in vulnerable communities. But they did not think changing our constitution, dividing Australians, using the Voice proposal was the way to go. They sent a clear message, and yet Penny Wong, in a rare moment of honesty in the Labor campaign, I might say, chose to reveal that the Labor Party has it legislated in the top drawer, ready to go, should they be successful on Saturday. And I think one thing, I sit in the Senate chamber with Penny Wong my entire career. She's now leader of the government in the Senate. This is not a woman who uses her words carelessly. She's very considered, highly intelligent, and this is actually what Penny Wong believes, that the Voice is a proposal of merit, worthy to go forward, and she's in the senior leadership, the kitchen cabinet, shall we say, of Anthony Albanese's most inner circle. So I think
many say she
back on the table.
Yeah, many say she runs the show and she has more authority than many of the other ministers. Now, Bridget, what I want to ask you about these unearthed comments by Simon Holmes à Court. It was in margin call by Yoni Bashan today. You know, the Teals claim to be pro-women. They were so critical of Scott Morrison, you know, apparently over the Me Too movement. And yet his own social media postings show very disparaging remarks towards senior women. Do you find this both offensive and hypocritical?
Well, it's both. It's incredibly offensive and extremely hypocritical. Simon Holmes à Court uses these women as a front to protect his own commercial interests. Let's be very, very frank. These women, the Teal movement more broadly, are highly educated women, greens in designer clothes by any other name. And if they were really feminists, they'd stand on their own 2 feet and give this bloke the heave-ho. Because right now, his brand is undermining their reputation. This guy, it's always about follow the money, Sharri. You need to just follow the money of Simon Holmes à Court, his commercial vested interests, who he runs with, and why they are pursuing 100% renewables for this country when we know it is dangerous, it will ruin our economy, and that there are much better ways to bring down emissions, use our backyard full of uranium, keep jobs on shore, and make sure we put downward pressure on prices.
All right. I want to ask you about these comments from Donald Trump today. Now, I broke the story in the show a month or so ago that Albanese was trying to get hold of Trump and Trump wasn't taking the phone calls. Well, now there are these comments publicly from Trump today, which indicates that he is aware of the calls. Have a look.
There's an election in Australia. The Australian Prime Minister is having an election this weekend. Will you speak to him about trade?
They are calling and I will be talking to him.
So there you go. He knows he's calling. I mean, Bridget, Donald Trump is working as a negative.
Pick up.
Yeah. Well, apparently
It's
Albanese
like
doesn't
Albo
even
sent
know.
the journos in. He can't send Kevin Rudd, so he's sent the journos in to say, please take my call, President.
And what about the other night on Channel 7? He said he doesn't know if he has a mobile phone. Well, of course he does have a mobile phone. But the point is, firstly, is Trump working as a negative for the coalition? Because this was initially embarrassing that Albanese couldn't get him on the phone, but now the Trump factor is impacting, it seems, on Dutton's prospects.
Well, I think we live in incredibly challenging times, and not just geostrategically, Sharri, economically and socially as well. And the solutions to these challenging times need sophisticated plans, not sort of sound bites and the 15-second grabs that sometimes you get from Prime Ministers on in election campaigns. The Trump issue is obviously a problem not just for Australia, but right around the globe. He's a great disruptor. I would argue he's not a conservative. And I think for Peter, he's made it very clear that for us in the coalition, we have one priority, and that's our national sovereignty here at home. And he's made it very clear that should we get the great privilege come Sunday morning to be the government, then we will be putting Australians' interests first. Now, presidents come and go. The alliance, irrespective of who's sitting in the White House or who's sitting in the lodge, is strong. And we need to sort of put this into perspective. And I don't think the coalition could have been clearer around where we sit when it comes to President Trump.
All right. Of course, it has been weaponised against Dutton, and Mark Carney's win yesterday, I think, is frightening a lot of people in the coalition. Bridget McKenzie, really appreciate your time.